Hey, it's the Midnight Raven and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm the Midnight Raven and today we're going to be looking at how to become British. So I am from the UK anyway, but if you are not from Britain, this is going to tell you how to be more British. It's a little box apparently filled with 25 delightfully designed witty cards and a free gift for the ideal Brit to be. I got this from Quality Discounts or QD for 99p, and it's going to show us how to become more British. So it says that you get hints, tips, and famous quotes, and you get a free gift. So if you're new to my channel, consider liking and subscribing and thumbsing it up. And if you want to donate to the channel, I will tell you more about that at the end of the video. So let's get into the box. So the box itself, it was 99 pence it had been reduced to, which isn't a bad price. Originally, it was 13, knocked down to something else, knocked down to £1.49, knocked down to 99 pence. So it was knocked down quite a lot. Inside, we have some wormies. We're going to get them out of the way because I'll be finding them in my bed for weeks to come. So we do have a free gift and we have some cards. So these are the cards that are apparently going to show us how to be more British. And we did get the free tea strainer. So this is the gift that makes you British, apparently. This is the tea strainer that comes in it. So if you have, like, I guess leafed tea. I've never used a tea strainer before, but I believe that you just put the tea leaves in there, put it over the top of your cup, let it fuse, or maybe you could put a tea bag, I don't know. And then, yeah, I've never used a tea strainer before, I must admit. Does this make you more British, using a tea strainer than dumping the tea bag? Is loose leaf tea more British than a tea bag? I don't know, let me know. So we got that, so you got your two bits there. And it's actually quite nice, I must admit. It's not, you know, quite nice. And then you've got your Britishum cards. So this says hints and tips and famous quotes, how to become British, because that's what we need. So you get on the back Britishum and basically a little card. And then you get food and drink of being British is obviously the afternoon tea. If you don't know what an afternoon tea is, in the UK, we have a typical thing of around 2-3 o'clock of having afternoon tea. Cakes, scones, not forgetting the really nice patisserie cakes, and obviously a strong British cup of tea. An afternoon tea is usually between sort of 2, 3, 4 o'clock. Considering snacks, sandwiches, obviously a cup of tea, and it's usually in a very fancy place. You don't just get afternoon tea just anywhere. You're going to these fancy places, you'll sit at a table, you'll have a waiter. It could be very posh to have an afternoon tea. So there's a little card going on about afternoon teas. Then, of course, wouldn't be British without the full English breakfast. Of course, nothing screams Britain more than eggs, bacon, black pudding, tomatoes, sausages. Baked beans are apparently iffy on an English breakfast. But, you know, each to their own, I guess. And then on the back of this card, it says, what should they know of England who only England knew? And then you've got like famous quotes. And then if you want to eat well in England, eat 3 breakfasts. Apparently. Another British fish and chips. Yep, it wouldn't be the UK without the good old traditional fish and chips. There is nothing better than a Friday night fish and chips in front of the telly. Of course, you've got to have fish and chips. And then you've got another famous quote there. I will leave that on the screen. Then you've got gin, apparently. Gin is a big thing in the UK. Gin emerged in the UK after the introduction of Geneva, an early form of distilling alcohol from Belgium and the Netherlands, and it evolved into making gin. I've had gin a couple of times. Must admit, not a big fan of gin, but, you know, you can always mix it up a bit with gin and tonic. And then what else makes us British? Got another quote on the back again. I'll leave that on screen if you so wish to read it. The next thing is beer and cider. Nothing makes you more British than a pint of lager or a pint of beer. Going to the pub on a Saturday night or Sunday lunchtime, having a tipple. Again, it's got more information there about the beers and that of the UK. I got another quote on the back of there that says, a little bit of beer is divine medicine. Couldn't agree more. Next, weather culture. Yes, Britain always complaining that it's raining because it is always raining. If anything in the UK is more fickle, it's the weather. Always wanting to escape the weather. Going abroad is a big thing in the UK because we're tired of having rain 300 days a year. If you come to the UK, prepare for rain, prepare for cold. It's just a part of being British, okay? Another one, there's a quote on the back. Again, I will leave that on screen. Next, weather jargon. Yes, Brits do use a bit of weather jargon. Like it's bucketing it down, it's raining cats and dogs, it's raining sideways, it's raining nice weather for ducks. A lot of Britishism when it comes to weather, because if you didn't laugh and make fun of the weather, you'd cry on how often it rained. Again, we've got another little information card there. Got another quote. They speak of my drinking, but never of my thirst. It's a Scottish proverb. Next, we have armed and ready. You may think umbrellas are key to combating drizzle and rain. However, British rain often falls in the form of light dampness, not downpours. Yes, Britain has a way of having what they call drizzle weather. It doesn't really rain, it's just drizzling, or it's just, light rain, and nothing is more British than an umbrella. You'll see them all through London all year round with an umbrella in hand because they know in the UK it's going to rain, okay? They just know. It's just going to happen, all right? Next, we've got another quote here. And I'll leave that on screen for you to read. And then the next Britisham is the English rose. Due to the English rose skin, you can spot a Brit, i.e. pasty white. Yes, British people are the pastiest, whitest people you'll ever meet. That's why we go abroad to become a rotisserie chicken, and we turn around in the sun to try and bake ourselves. The minute the UK gets a bit of sun, we're out there sunbathing because you know what? It'll only probably last a couple of hours. That's why most Brits go abroad, if I'm honest. Next, you got another quote there. Again, I will leave that on screen. I don't want this video to go on for too long. Next, verbal sparring. The UK like nothing more than basically talking crap to each other, having a go, having a yell. Street brawls are usually started by people arguing with each other, having a go at each other, saying rude things, and then only then would it turn into actual sparring. So you've got to get through the verbal diarrhea first before you get to punch ups. Most of the time, it's all verbal, but it does turn into fights quite often in the UK. I must admit, UK do like a good brawl. Next, you got another little quote there about the UK, and I'll leave that on the screen for a sec. You can always pause this video and go through. Favoured tools, irony and sarcasm. Nothing is more British than irony and sarcasm. You have to have a bit of sense of humour to live in the UK, because if you didn't, you would probably spend your time curled up in a ball on your bed just wishing the world would end, because some of the stuff that happens in the UK, if you didn't see the funny side of it, you'd probably have chronic depression. You'd be locked up in your room. It can be hard living in the UK, I'm not going to lie. Okay, next we've got another British quote there. I shall leave that there. Next, laughing gas. Yes, British love laughing. Britain, like I said, same as the earlier one, laughter is the best medicine. because if you didn't laugh, you'd cry. A laugh a day keeps the doctor away, or in this case, if you didn't laugh, you'd cry. Okay, next. England has 42 religions and only 2 souls. I don't know. I'll leave that one there. I'm not sure about that one. Next, mind your manners. Yes, Britons are renowned for their P's and Q's. Their please, their thank yous, being proper with their mannerisms, shaking hands and stuff like that. You don't find that everywhere. I mean, British speak sometimes can be a little bit tongue in cheek, but mannerisms of like please and thank you, they're free, but not all British people actually use them. Next, you have another quote there. Next, we have sorry, not sorry. A cornerstone of British mannerism is the sorry, not sorry. It's an automated response. Yeah, people all the time will apologize for stuff in the UK. We're very apologetic. But you're also kind of sorry, not sorry most of the time, which another witty mannerism from the UK, going with the whole laughing thing, you're sorry, but not really sorry, because you have to be sorry, but do you have to be actually sorry? Next, you got another little quote there, and we'll leave that on the screen. And the next one is queues. Holy, oh, if there is anything more frustrating in the UK, it's queuing. The people that queue in the UK are just so rude, antagonistic. They just hate queuing. It's like the end of the world when you queue in a shop. People are tutting. People are like, I've got other places to be. Well, you obviously don't, because you wouldn't be standing here. But it is a very British thing to moan about queues and tut and look at your watch and be like, oh, because queuing in the UK is a problem. But then again, what are you going to do? Next, you've got another British quote, just to help you become more British. And then you have public displays of emotion. So this is things like British are very mild tempered, really. We don't really get too agitated. It takes a lot for like our emotions to be coming out in public. We do have quite a stiff upper lip, but displays of emotions when it comes to things like protesting, then the UK are like in full force. We will protest anything. The colour of the sky, the colour of the sea. We're very good at protesting because we do wear our hearts on our sleeves in the UK. We do try to be upper lipped. There we go. There's another quote. But we do have emotions in the UK. It's just we use them in the right way. Next, table manners. Now, you're not going to find as many table manners as you would in Europe. Things like arms on the table and all that, they don't really do it in the UK. Things like chinking glasses and all that is more like the table manners you're going to get here. Not chewing with your mouth open. Not talking with a mouth full, but things like elbows on tables and stuff like that, we're British. That's just going to happen. Next, we got another quote there with bless our heart, Queenie. And then the next one is pub life. Now, I don't know about you or how you know about British culture, but pub life is a big thing. Having a pub drink on a Sunday, pub lunch on a Sunday, going to the footy on a Saturday, Friday nights at the pub after your last day of work. Pub life is a big thing in the UK, including karaoke nights, quiz nights. They are just a big thing in the UK. And then you've got this one, another quote. And then we're talking about Your Highness, dear Queenie, who passed away. The royal family has a big influence in the UK, but it is incredibly hated at the same time. As much as everybody loves the royal family, there are people that despise the royal family, think they're good for nothing, and you have to see it from both sides of both sides of the story. So next, you got this card again, another quote, And then we have how to do a British accent. So throughout the UK, you will find there are tons of accents. You can be a Brummie, you can be a Cockney, you can be from Essex, you can be from Norfolk. There are so many different accents as you go up and down the UK. There are quite a lot of different ones. Some of them are similar, some have a slight twang, but they're all kind of the same but different. Next, we've got another little quote there, or a little fact. I'll put it a bit closer. And then we have mad about sports. So yeah, British people crazy about football, cricket, football, golf, darts, rugby. We do like sports. Formula One. The UK is pretty into sports, especially ones that can be seen in the pub on the telly. Rugby, football, that kind of thing. Always includes a pint. Next, you have that. Even on a golf course, the 18th hole, you then go to the pub. You see what I mean? Okay, and the last one, I think, the P word. If you really want to know about British, it's politics. Yes, politics in the UK. Conservative, Labour, Liberal Democrats, UKIP. Oh, it's been a year for politics. Keir Starmer being in at the minute. Ain't exactly everyone's favourite. But, each to their own when it comes to politics. Another quote. And then the last one here. Becoming British is not as easy as it sounds. The UK is filled with lovely people, beautiful nature, wonderful culture, and great humour. With the tea strainer included, you can enjoy it the perfect cup of tea, use it well, and enjoy the beautiful UK. And then on the back, you just have something talking about the perfect British cup of tea, and that the tea form and that tea drinking in the UK is an art form. So you get the little thing there. It's just something that's just kind of funny, if I'm really honest. It doesn't really give you anything. And then you get a little tea strainer, which is very British, if you have to look at it. All comes together in this little box, which is decorated very British like with its colours, and it was 99p. I'm actually going to sell this on Vinted for a profit because it's worth a lot more, but I got it for 99p because I wanted to show you. And I do have the entire collection of these for different things. We are also going to find out how to become a master barbecuer, a globetrotter, a parent. We're going to find out how to become a chef, how to be a gentleman. That should be pretty cool. And also how to be a vegan. This is a series I am doing. There are 7 included. I hope you will join me on this journey. Give it a big thumbs up, like and subscribe. Learn how to become more British with the Midnight Raven. And I'll see you very soon. I love you all. Take care and thanks for watching. Thumbs it up. Bye, guys.